losing time, I'm fading fast.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our another podcast which is about how can you invest in cryptocurrency. So to invest in cryptocurrency you should first know what is cryptocurrency. What happens in cryptocurrency is cryptocurrency is decentralized like होता ही है जैसे आप कोई भी transaction करते हो normally like let's say you're doing a transaction with your normal method which is Paytm. If you're sending money to someone through Paytm तो Paytm से क्या होता है कि you're giving your data to Paytm. Paytm is storing your data, then forwarding it to your bank, and the receiver's bank and Paytm and goes on, and the government. So काफी बीच में काफी चीजें इन्वॉल्व हो जाती है which makes it centralized. ये सब सेंट्रलाइज होता है, ये सब गवर्नमेंट की देख रेख में होता है एंड वो अलग चीज है कि इफ यू आर डूइंग a good transaction or bad, it's a different thing. Paytm has all the rights, or your bank has all the rights to freeze your transaction or to freeze your bank account. So basically, centralized currency has the power to freeze your transaction or whatsoever. तो होता ही है, it's just the opposite in cryptocurrency. Like eliminate your bank, Paytm, government, everything. And what you are in crypto, what happens if you are doing a transaction through Bitcoin to someone, like I'm sending money to him. So होता ही है कि जैसे मैंने इसको पैसे भेजे, so there is just one thing involved which is a blockchain. If you are I'm sending the money, मतलब मैं send कर रहा हूँ block 24 को, तो होता ही है कि बीच में बस बिटकॉइन होता है एंड it bitcoin creates a block, like bitcoin takes multiple transaction and creates a block and it cannot be changed forever. So bitcoin is basically a ledger keeper, or cryptocurrency, let's say cryptocurrency is basically a ledger keeper and that ledger cannot be changed ever, and it's very safe to transact on cryptocurrency क्योंकि cryptocurrency में काफी security होती है, like blockchain is very secure, so that's why that's what is cryptocurrency.
So cryptocurrency के बाद सबसे important topic Bitcoin आता है. People don't really know what Bitcoin is. They just think Bitcoin मतलब किसी exchange पर listed है, इसकी price ऊपर नीचे होती रहती है, तो पैसे कमाने का तरीका है. But Bitcoin की tech मतलब काफ़ी advanced है और काफ़ी well laid out है. Bitcoin basically काम कैसे करता है कि जैसे कि अभी ब्लॉक 23 ने बताया कि एक डिसेंट्रलाइज लेजर होता है. उस लेजर में एक ऐसे की कीज होती है, जैसे कि अगर इफ आई सेंड सम बिटकॉइन टू हिम, ही विल हैव अ पब्लिक की एंड ही विल हैव अ प्राइवेट की. दैट पब्लिक की कैन बी सीन ऑन द ब्लॉकचेन एक्सप्लोरर एंड दैट प्राइवेट की वो किसी के पास नहीं होती है. मेरे पास मेरी प्राइवेट की है, इसके पास इसकी प्राइवेट की है. तो जो ट्रांसपेरेंसी इश्यूज वो लोग क्लेम करते हैं कि वो एक्चुअली नॉर्मल ट्रांजैक्शन से ज्यादा ट्रांसपेरेंट, क्योंकि पब्लिक की कोई भी देख सकता है. एक ट्रांजैक्शन कोड है, जिसको पता है वो पब्लिक की देख सकता है, वो ट्रांजैक्शन देख सकता है. सो बिटकॉइन अब आते हैं. बिटकॉइन एग्जैक्टली होता क्या है? बिटकॉइन एक डिसेंट्रलाइज लेजर है. वो बेसिकली जो भी ट्रांजैक्शन होते हैं उसको वो स्टोर करता है ब्लॉकचेन में. अब जैसे कि स्टोर करता है तो पीपल थिंक दैट स्टोरेज थिंग कैन बी हैक्ड. पीपल कैन स्पेक्यूलेट, people can actually say whatever they want, but the thing is blockchains have not been hacked. I'm talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the other things which you hear about this specific cryptocurrency has been hacked. Their blockchain is not hacked, their network is hacked, and their network and the blockchain are entirely different thing. So Bitcoin is a decentralized ledger which stores your transaction data, and and the thing with safety in Bitcoin is that transaction data is with the miners, but they can't know who the actual person is transacting and where the actual person is sitting, what the actual person is doing. He just has to verify those transactions in order to get his rewards. The same system is seen in banks. What they do is they verify a transaction, and that's the same thing which miners do. They mine they You can say mine or verify, it's totally on you. They just verify a transaction, and in return of that they get they get some amount of Bitcoin. So a new Bitcoin is created which incentivizes the miners. So miners have the incentive to mine Bitcoin, and you have the reason or the need to transact. So this system basically provides incentives to everybody who's transacting with the system, and this system is not controlled by anyone. Let's say you store some of your let's say pictures on Google Drive. Google has the power to see your pictures, but people will say, there are laws against that. Yes, so you are trusting Google to follow the law. Good luck on that. So what decentralized ledger or blockchain does, it stores your data. Nobody can see it, only you. So you will be the actual owner, and they will basically provide a decentralized service for that. So now people think, why is Bitcoin valuable? So let's let's think of silver. So why is silver valuable? Silver has demand. So yeah, exactly. What kind of demand? People wanted industrial uses and stuff like that. So the market cap of Bitcoin at some point of time was more than that of silver. So it's very clear that people also want Bitcoin. So Bitcoin also has some certain demand, and silver. Okay, silver is scarce, but the total amount of silver is not capped. The total amount of Bitcoin is capped. So you can't produce more Bitcoin. A certain amount of Bitcoin will only be produced. So it has demand. It is scarce. And talking about the uses, like we already talked about the uses of blockchain. It is basically a very versatile device where you can own your data. You can create your data, whatever you want. What you will do, you will be the actual owner. So it indirectly brings back power to the actual owner, not the centralized services, not the centralized service providing devices like Google or Facebook. So let's say you make a social media account on a certain blockchain using a certain project. So the data which you write on that blockchain will be minted in the blockchain, and so nobody can see that data except for you. So we hear a lot of news like data was leaked and something like that. So data cannot be leaked if it's on the blockchain. So it provides security, it provides decentralization, it provides you the ownership. So that's what makes Bitcoin valuable.
Yeah, and so that means that silver is valuable. Silver is valuable and still doesn't have a limited supply. But Bitcoin has a limited supply, and people nowadays have a bias that Bitcoin is Bitcoin is a bubble or things like that.
Think of that. What is a bubble? People expect Bitcoin to crash. It has already crashed. It always crashes after 4 years. That's the market cycle.
crashes.
Every market crashes.
Yeah.
That's the cycle, right? After every 4 to 5 years, Bitcoin would crash to 70-80%. That has been happening for since 2009, 2011 or 9. So this cycle has been in place for years now. So you can speculate and say Bitcoin is a bubble and sit on the sidelines, or you can invest and understand about the technology. But to understand the technology, you need to get rid of the bias which you have inside of yourself. So if you'll try to evaluate Bitcoin like it's some sort of business, you'll never come to a valuable solution, because it's not a business, it is a currency alternative. So there's no business behind INR, it is a currency alternative, it is based on trust. That note which you have, it writes, right, the bearer, some shit like that. We promise to pay you that, and there's no trust in Bitcoin. There is a blockchain, there is a miner, that's it. We don't need your trust. You own your money. Your money is not dependent on anybody's trust. It's with you, it's with your private key, and if you...
because it is decentralized, it is not controlled by a single entity. Like the government doesn't control the price of Bitcoin.
No,
we, the people who have been using, we decide what the Bitcoin, what's the price of Bitcoin, or what is the value of Bitcoin.
So all the different cases which you will make for silver, that why is silver valuable, the exact same cases you can make for Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin has limited supply, Bitcoin has demand. Look at its community and the market cap. So and talking about the use case, like I just said about the data storage thing, and a lot of accounting firms as well have been adopting Bitcoin. A lot of different countries are adopting Bitcoin. So Bitcoin
like
also,
El Salvador.
El Salvador, yeah, exactly.
Recently.
So Bitcoin also has use cases, but obviously it's not a metal, so it won't be used in wires, because you don't use a specific intangible technology in a wire. So that's why people don't understand. They compare it with a specific tangible thing, but it's not a tangible thing, it is a currency alternative. So compare it with a currency, and then look at its pros and cons.
Yeah. Like what people say is like normal currency like dollar or let's say INR, it is backed up by gold.
It's not been back
But
in last
but
50
the
years.
gold they have in the backup, वो gold आपको नहीं पता है वो वहाँ exist करता है. It is there or I'm saying it's there, but you don't know that, and that gold is not going to be used or circulated in the market. वो use नहीं होने वाला है कहीं. वो बस आपको पता है कि वहाँ पर gold है, and you are trusting ना basically. So it's the same thing. You have to trust with cryptocurrency as well in the same thing.
But
But cryptocurrency is more legitimate because you have blockchain explorer. You can see the transactions that who has been sending what amount of money to someone. Like you won't get the names, but you will get the amount of money that has been sent. And
that's the thing. I feel the government are a little scared.
yeah, they're a little scared that banks will be eliminated.
We have to accept that because they say cryptocurrencies are anonymous. You have blockchain explorers. We can, if we want, we'll show you a live example right now. If I send some Bitcoin to him, the exact same transaction, the amount of Bitcoin sent at specific time and who mined it, what was the name of the block, the number of the block, everything can be seen on the blockchain explorers.
Yeah.
So there are actually no transparency issues, but you just have to accept that there are no transparency issues. What government is doing, they're speculating that there are transparency issues and stuff like that. Everything will be used for good and for bad, but you have to weigh the things. Like if it has more good than bad, then what's the point of saying it's of no use?
And over that, Bitcoin is way cheaper to send someone money. Bitcoin is way cheaper.
If you use Lightning Network, you'll probably send 10 Bitcoins for 50 cents.
Yeah, like just 50 cents.
And we're not even talking about sending it to someone, your neighbor. You can send it to someone of another country and the transaction cost will be the same.
Yeah, just 50 cents. Like, let's say 10 Bitcoins value what? Like $400,000 as the value is now. So if you're sending that amount of money for 50 cents, and let's say you send that amount of money through your bank or things like that. So the cost is gonna be a lot, like than 50 cents.
And they'll probably not let the transaction happen, and they'll call you why are you exactly sending money to somebody out of the country?
Yeah.
It's your money. They're not supposed to ask what you're doing with it. It's you earn that money. You control that money. So why are they asking them? Why? Who are they to ask what are you doing with the money?
Yeah, and people say that Bitcoin से काफी fraudulent activities होती हैं और उल्टी सीधी चीजें होती हैं. So it happens with the currency as well. Like if not through banks, then in cash, people do the same thing. Like it's happening around the world. मतलब वो चलता आ रहा है, and they're saying that Bitcoin is not
good, it's not
good.
secure, and
Yeah,
stuff
it's
like
not
that.
secure.
Government banks have been hacked, government websites have been hacked, the Aadhaar data has been leaked. And tell me a single incident where the Bitcoin's blockchain was hacked. There's no single evidence stating that. They can be news and speculation, but the actual thing, the blockchain was never hacked. And I'm not saying that it won't be hacked in the future. Obviously, anything can be hacked, but the thing is, it is secured, and there are developers working on the blockchain. So, like every passing day, the security of Bitcoin is increasing, and the security of your websites and whatever bank account you are, they increase the security or do something when a specific fraud happens. And the job of developers are to they don't wait for hacks to happen. They constantly develop so that people who are trying to hack the network, it never gets hacked.
Yeah. So let's continue to what are altcoins? Like there is Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is like the major coin and the oldest coin, and it has the highest market value right now. And so, what are altcoins? What are altcoins for you?
So altcoins are basically alternate coins. Like they are not exactly coins, but there are tokens of a specific network. So every coin which is not Bitcoin is an altcoin.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Like Ethereum is an altcoin.
Ethereum is an altcoin. Yes.
Yeah, Ethereum is an altcoin, and Ethereum, there are like 4,000, more than 4,000. There are thousands and thousands of altcoins right now. So we'll tell you in the future where you can invest in altcoins to earn good profits, because every altcoin is not trustworthy. So just do your own research before you invest into any of the altcoins. So for now, Bitcoin and Ethereum are the best and the most trusted one where you can invest. There are many altcoins as well, but Bitcoin and Ethereum are with the highest market capital. You can invest in those. Yeah.
So, talking about buying cryptocurrency, so what's your first strategy you'd like to do?
The first strategy that I would like to do is dollar cost averaging. Like, what is dollar cost averaging? First of all, let me tell you. Like, dollar cost averaging is investing into something for a constant period of time, and kuch time baad you just stop investing, and after a few years you will get the returns. Like, let's say you the first strategy that I would recommend, like, this is not financial advice, but I'll just tell you, like, what you can do. Like, if you want to invest in Bitcoin, first of all, you'll have to see the fear and greed index. So the fear and greed index goes like, if it is below 20, then you can buy. Then that it is a safe place to buy. If the fear and greed index is below 20, like, market is in fear, the whole market is in fear, so
That's the best time.
that's the best time to buy. Like, some guy said that buy when there is blood in the streets. Yeah, so that's the same thing. So first thing is dollar cost averaging. Like, you can invest in Bitcoin for like, let's say every week you have to invest in Bitcoin for thousand rupees. All right. So if you invest, there are 56 weeks in a year. So in a year, when the fear and greed index is below 20, every week it goes below 20. Not every week,
Not
but
every week, but
it depends on the market.
Yeah, exactly. Like after 2-3 months, it starts going towards 20. So you start buying every week, and you stop after it's about 20. That's
Yeah, you stop after about 20. Like, if you invested in Bitcoin for like a whole year, every week, just 1,000 rupees, it would add up to a 56,000. And just think that that's not just 56,000. उतने टाइम तक आपका कंपाउंडिंग जो आपका मेन रोल प्ले करेगा, it would not be just 50,000, it would be over lakhs, I guess.
the value appreciates.
The value appreciates. So that's how you can invest. The very first strategy.
So another thing I like to follow is buy the dip, but it's not the kind of dip which people say every 20% buy the dip, 10% buy the dip. It's not like that. So every 50% correction, that's what I think as a dip. So after every 50% correction, that's the time you buy. Let's say you have to put 1 lakh rupees. So in a year, you can probably expect a couple of 50% corrections. So at every 50% correction, you have to buy some amount of Bitcoin. Let's say with 50,000 each, right? 1 lakh a year, it's enough.
It's enough.
It's more than enough. So you don't exactly need 1 lakh, but let's assuming you have 1 lakh. So invest every 50,000 rupees after every 50% correction, and just don't see the price, see the quantity. Your goal is to have as much Bitcoin as you want, because after some point of time the value will appreciate and you will be in a good amount of profit. And but it sounds simple, but it's not, because it's not easy to see your portfolio depreciate for 50-60%.
But you don't sell.
You don't have to sell. You just have to be patient, understand the technology, understand the coin, and you'll actually get the reason to hold.
Yeah. And just don't think about like आज invest किया and एक महीने बाद मुझे पैसा चाहिए, तो ऐसे पैसा नहीं मिलेगा. So मतलब you won't get the profits you want. So investing is a long-term game. Like think about like 10 years, at least 10 years कि मुझे अगर मैं आज कुछ investment कर रहा हूँ तो मुझे 10 years बाद उसका क्या return मिलेगा. So have that psychology in your mind. Not that कि मुझे 1 साल में या 2 साल में पैसा चाहिए invest करने से, तो you won't get the results you want. Yeah. So moving forward to staking, which is passive income basically. So what you can do, you can buy some altcoins and stake them in the market. You can even stake bitcoins.
Mhm.
Right? You can stake bitcoins. So what happens is, in staking, like if you want to create a node, there is a node which is like in proof of stake. There is a node, and the highest amount of nodes a person has, he earns the reward, and he distributes the reward with the people who are like the people, the common man who have staked with that person.
Mhm.
So that is a passive income. Like you'll when you'll go onto the staking page, you'll see that different coins give different amount of annual yield or annual returns. So it's like 30%, 20%. So you don't have to do anything. You just have to buy some bitcoins and stake them, and annually you are earning 20% or 30%. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's more than FD, so
Yeah.
it's not bad.
It's
And another thing with cryptocurrencies is yield farming. What yield farming is basically, when you deposit some amount of money in your savings account, you get certain amount of interest, and the same thing happens in yield farming. You get a certain amount of interest, which is way more than what banks give, and basically you provide liquidity services to whatever coin you want. So every transaction takes place has some amount of transaction cost. So you get that transaction cost as a reward, and you get the reward for just keeping your coins on that specific network for a longer period of time. So you get the APY, you get the transaction fees. So it's a good source to earn passive income.
Yeah, and there are many coins who give मतलब जो हर ट्रांजैक्शन पे कुछ रिवॉर्ड्स देते हैं अपने सिर्फ होल्डर्स को. इफ you just have to buy the coin and hold it for a long period of time. You don't have to stake or do anything, and eventually you'll see in your in your coin balance or in your portfolio that the amount of coins are increasing with time, with every transaction that's happening. They give 2% to the holders of the coin. So that's how that's also a way to earn.
So coming to the next thing, why are altcoins valuable? I heard the governor say there is not even a tulip behind a cryptocurrency. I mean, I really wish to talk shit about him, but I won't. So think of it like that. Okay, there is no debate about the fact that blockchains are valuable. So blockchains were earlier just a decentralized ledger. Now you can store data on your blockchain. You can store. There is a Spotify blockchain called what's the name of that coin? Audios.
Yeah.
So what Audios does is you store. Let's say you are a creator, a singer, whatever you want. So you upload your music on the Audios website. So whosoever buys it, you get the amount of money directly from Audios. There are no middlemen like Sony or whatever that label is. So it basically brings the power to to the creators. So this is obviously an innovation, and all the other different innovations are being done on the blockchain. And who is doing those innovations?
मतलब होता ये है, if that person wants to create a music like audios. So if you are buying audios, you are basically a part of his music. You are an investor to his music. If you like the music, this happens in NFTs too. Like if a singer creates an NFT, if you are buying that NFT, like Justin Bieber creates an NFT, let's say, and if you're buying Justin Bieber's NFT, so you are being a part of his new music,
Exactly,
upcoming
you
music.
actually own that. And thinking of let's think of it from the point of view of a creator. So he's not dependent on the amount of royalty he's going to get from the label. He'll directly earn the rewards of his work by getting that specific coins, and later he can sell them and convert it into whatever coin he wants. So all these innovations are being done on the blockchain, and who's doing those innovations? These are your altcoins.
Yeah.
So blockchain is valuable. Innovating blockchain is also valuable, but the person who is innovating the blockchain is not valuable. I mean, you have to hire to think that, right? You have to be really hired to think that. So
Yeah. So
coming about now talking about the tax thing.
yeah, the tax thing.
30%.
And there was a rumor that after 30% tax, they'll apply 28% GST on the
some transactions.
some
Yeah, I heard
transactions.
that.
Yeah.
The thing is, I read it somewhere that the cheapest commodity on earth is opinions. Don't pay attention to what the governor thinks or whatever people think, because unless and until it is not written on a piece of paper and it is not made in act,
Like
it's
people,
just talk.
Yeah, people have been saying since 2008, when Bitcoin was first launched, that Bitcoin is a bubble. Bitcoin will just 3 years and Bitcoin will vanish, and Bitcoin is gonna vanish into thin air and all that sort of stuff.
Bitcoin ban, Bitcoin bubble.
Yeah, Bitcoin ban. Like India में तो हर दूसरे दिन एक news आती है Bitcoin ban. So Bitcoin, just look at the future. Like when internet was first introduced to the people, they also said that it was a bubble. Internet is bubble, and don't buy the internet stocks and things like that. The internet is a bubble. खत्म हो जाएगा कल को ये वो. Then you'll face losses वगैरह वगैरह. And look at it now, where internet is. So basically, blockchain is also giving a Web3.
Yeah, exactly. Decentralized web to the people. So
Like,
whatever you post, you will own that actual thing. It won't be just posted on a specific website, and that website will own all the rights. You will own all the rights. You will directly get all the revenues from that. Google or AdSense won't get a cut from it. You will get the direct cut from it. So ultimately, it is bringing power to the people who actually deserve that. And
like Web3 is, let's say you create a profile on Google. Like you created a profile in Google, Gmail or whatsoever, and so the Google servers have everything that you have put up, like your address, your PIN code, your passwords, your bank passwords, everything. Google has the data, and that is, you're trusting Google. Like कल तक लोग दूसरी कार में बैठने का ट्रस्ट नहीं करते थे with an unknown person, and you're trusting Google with your data.
So you're basically trusting Google that Google won't break a law. And Facebook has been sued. Look up the Pegasus project, which allegedly Indian government has been running to spy on its people. So basically, Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies, they remove the function of trust. We don't want your trust because we don't
they
know
take
you.
the power from the centralized people and
give the power to you.
Give the power to you, to the decentralized. That's why it is decentralized. So, yeah.
So
that's pretty much it.
Thank you
for today. And we have talked about many things, thoda, and we'll make elaborative video on every topic we have covered in the future. So just stay tuned.
Thank you for
watching us till here, and like, share and subscribe.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the